Hey guys, good evening and welcome to the stream. We have the PeaceX League for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition in association with Seamedu. So today we'll be casting the two semi-finals, and I have my co-caster here with me, Barun. So I think he's muted right now. He's actually deaf, yeah. So anyway, once he's available online, we can basically get to the co-casting part. This is supposed to be a best of three, and we will just go over the map picks first. So the first semi-final will be between Barun and Bucciarati. So the map picks are as follows. Bucciarati picked Arena for his home map, and Barun picked Valley. And since this is a best of three, the first game will always be Arabia. So depending on who loses game one, they get to pick. The loser of the first game gets to pick the home map for the second game. And if he manages to win, then we get a third game. If he doesn't manage to win, then it's a 2-0, and the winner advances to the finals, which will be cast live tomorrow. So yeah, we actually have the draft available here. So what we'll do is we'll just take a look at the draft first. I've already announced the maps. So yeah, let's go. So I assume you should be able to see the draft, and I guess we will just get to checking it out. Yeah. So the way this draft goes is we first have both the players banning a civ each, and on the left we have Smoking Squirrel, who is Bucciarati, and on the right we have Baron, who is playing as a guest captain. So yeah, some interesting bans here, I would say. Uh, since Bucciarati has actually banned Lithuanians, which is a pretty good cavalry civ. So I think he's just the fact that maybe he's afraid of a 3-minute rush or whatever, which makes sense, I suppose. But yeah, there we go. And on the other side, we have Baron, who has banned Kots. I assume that is because Bucciarati, I believe, has picked Arena as his home map. So Kots can be pretty deadly on Arena. And now, since we are looking at the picks, so Bucciarati has picked Franks, Mayans, and Spanish. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Barun, who is waiting for his third pick. I mean, he's basically thinking about which civ to pick. So anyway, he's picked Mongols and Khmer. So I guess once the drafting is over, we can just discuss the civs, and let's see. Alright, so we have Mongols, Khmer, Teutons, and Turks for Barun, and we now have Bucciarati, who is deciding which civ he should be picking. Something surprising here, which I can see already, is a couple of the 8-year civs have been ignored currently. Like, I mean, we have Franks and Mayans,
Hello.
which are extremely good civs. Hey man, hey, how are you?
Hi. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries, man. We're still just going off the draft for your game. So,
Mhm.
I was actually wondering this. Both of you guys have picked a couple of very good saves. Like, for example, we have Bucciarati, who has picked Frank's Mines.
Mhm.
And you have picked Khmer and Teutons, which are extremely powerful saves.
Right.
Same with Mongols, I guess. But then I noticed that Britons was an extremely late pick for him. And you seem to have gone for Turk. So I assume that is some sort of a fast aim strategy on Arena. Was that what you were planning?
Well, generally, wait. So hang on a second. You haven't put in the YouTube alert for the semifinals? Oh, okay. It just came out.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, no, I was not. I was actually trying to steer clear of Arena,
Okay.
if possible.
Right.
But I wanted to have some sort of backup option in case the game
In
went
case
that way.
exactly. Okay.
Teutons and Turks were both sort of solid arena choices. Like if I
Right.
lose
Right.
the first game, I'm gonna sit back, hard boom, and just defend and try and
Okay.
wipe him out with late game saves. So
Right. Right.
I the ideal comp there would be Hal Boninger with Teutons and
Exactly. Yeah.
Janissary Hassar with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with the Turk
Okay,
buff,
interesting.
especially
Janissary and Hussars. I was actually expecting you to plan some sort of a fast imp and bombard cannons and Janissaries or something like
well,
that.
the new Turk hussars are so strong that
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like using them,
Yeah,
abusing them.
exactly.
In fact,
Right, right, right. Makes sense. Makes
makes a
sense.
lot of sense.
So yeah. Any case, I guess we are done with the draft here. What I will do is I'll just.
A little frustrated that I got Ethiopians picked away because I was hoping to go Ethiopians.
Okay.
But I decided Margaret is a solid pick.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So, anyways, what I'll do here is I'll just load game one. And
Mhm. Hang on, I'll just do the same.
sure, sure. So I'll pause
And
it
I
at
just
3 seconds.
wanted to avoid, and of course, I'm gonna snipe. I'm gonna snipe Franks.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. Spanish, I actually love playing against because they can be extremely predictable here. If it's arena, I mean, in a sense that players usually just go for a fast castle, maybe drop a castle and get some conks out.
Yes,
So,
I didn't know this,
yeah,
but
yes.
we'll come back to your words. We'll come back to this.
Okay, 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 okay. Come on, man. You shouldn't be spoiling the result of the
No,
first
no, no, no,
game
no.
so fast.
I'm not spoiling any
Right.
results. I'm not
Okay.
spoiling any results. I'm just saying that I didn't know
Right,
about
right.
it.
I mean, you haven't
I
mentioned
just
which map they were played on, so yeah.
yeah, that was I realize now that I should have. Okay, but we'll come. Yeah, I'm just loading up the first game, and I'll pause it 1 second. I realize now that, but I did because it was like that was the format of the recording.
Mhm.
I realize now that I should have changed the name to. Okay, I'm at 2 seconds
No,
in.
no, that's fine. I haven't actually taken a look at that. So, okay, you
Perfect.
paused at 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me just go and change the overlay. And
I do have to apologize. I may be a little biased here. I'm casting my own
no, no,
game.
that's
A little
absolutely fine.
weird.
Can you just give me a small? Oh,
Go
actually, I
ahead.
think
Go
we
ahead.
can do that after the first game. So, anyways, yeah, fair enough. Oh, I think my game just crashed. So yeah, give me a second.
No worries. No worries.
Thanks, TE.
Definitive edition. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I might be going. Yeah,
Let
the
me know when
game
you're
is
back.
just starting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. What do you think of the Eagle Scout versus Scout Cavalry difference? I mean, would you prefer to have in general? I found that Eagle Scouts are so much nicer to have early game.
Absolutely, yes. Because like the absolute best thing for me at my level is that you can basically get more scouting done much quicker because
Oh
of
yes,
the
absolutely,
bigger line
because
of
of the
sight.
extra line of sight.
Exactly, yeah.
Unless you're Mongols, in which case, like they go
Exactly,
on.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Um.
have paused it at 3 seconds. What about
All
you?
right. I'm at 2 seconds, but we can go. I mean, don't think
Okay, yeah.
1 second will make a huge difference to our casting
Yeah,
potential.
yeah, exactly.
Whenever
And
you're
I
ready.
believe we have the overlay working as well. So yeah, let's go. In three, two,
Two,
one, go.
one, go. Perfect. All right. Cool. So, you want to talk about the Civ matchup?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll first just announce the players and
Oh yeah,
what
yeah.
what sort of a map they have. So I guess I've received Butcherati's save game since it's from his perspective.
Mhm.
So yeah, he is playing as the Mayans on the right, and he seems to have I mean I like this map. It's just that
It's
his
a really
right side is
solid
a
map.
little exposed,
Yeah.
and
Uh, yeah. I mean, you can wall to the stone mine, I guess.
sorry on Butcherati's right. You're saying?
Oh, wait, maybe it's isn't it
On
north?
his side, towards the top of the map, I feel that it's way too exposed. But I mean, that's the
Oh yeah,
new
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arabia
Towards
map
the top.
generation,
That's
so
true. That's true.
you
That's true.
can't complain about that.
Like, like those wood lines are so far apart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whereas, man, your base is fucking amazing.
It's insane,
Oh
isn't it?
man,
I was I felt so lucky. This is
yeah.
so easily wallable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, I might have a small nitpick with the gold generation here towards the front
That's
of your base.
true.
But I mean, that's nothing compared to the rest of your map. It's just small thing here and there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm quite happy with this map. I definitely did feel like my confusion here was, do I wall on the left to the edge of the map, or do I wall down towards the board?
Okay. I mean, my personal opinion, I would just wall to the side of the map rather than going to the top,
Makes
because
sense.
I mean, it's difficult to try and re-wall it behind in case there is some sort of an attack over there.
Exactly, exactly. Like you may have those walls, and they may be even like less wood expenditure than going down here. But
Right,
to
right.
send a villager there to have to repair.
Exactly, yeah. So I might as well just. Oh, are you doing the TC attack? Okay, okay.
What? I've been doing it all all tournament.
Oh,
But
I've actually not been noticing
you have
yours.
somehow missed.
Yeah, yeah, you actually even mentioned that in the chat, right? That I did not take a look at your board those. So yeah, anyways, if we are just going over the civs here, Butcherati is playing as the Mayans and you are playing as the Magyars. So both of them are extremely good archer civs. It's just that Mayan archers are slightly cheaper. So you get that civ bonus, but apart from that, I think Mayan archer, sorry, Magyar archers are, I mean, you can get fully upgraded on them. So they are good in that sense. However, that's just ignoring the fact that Magyars are so good at every age up, immediately after age up, right? Where you get the free attack bonuses on your infantry and your scouts or your cavalry or whatever.
Definitely an important window. I just lost my scout to Buchirati CC, by the way.
Oh, okay,
If you
okay.
missed that.
So yeah, we just missed that. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then
There we
straight
go.
into it.
Unfortunately, Butcherati seems to have an idle villager standing next to his mill. So there's that. And let's just yeah. So what I've done is I've just changed the overlay to show the villager counts as well. So you're actually one villager ahead at this point. He seems to have had some idle time at some point, because I mean it's not just like a difference of like 25 20 or whatever 15 16 seconds. Like you are an exact villager ahead of him at this point.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So
Buchirati is grabbing his second board, so am I. So
yeah,
is,
there
I will just talk about myself in the third person, it's easier. So is Baran.
we go. Yeah. So okay, you. I mean, there's no walls coming up yet, but it seems you've queued up looms. So I guess you should be clicking up any moment. No. Uh,
Oh, I'm watching from other perspective. Yeah, I wasn't. I'm a little concerned about what happens when the Mayan train gets rolling. With like a bunch of archers, crossbows, etc. So I wanted
right,
to see
right,
if I could get some early damage
right.
down,
Yeah, yeah.
get out some early scouts. It's very unfortunate that I lost my scout.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
because
really don't know.
the only thing you can see here is his stone pile and where his TC is.
Exactly, exactly. I know nothing about what's
Uh,
happening in space.
yeah. Whereas Bacharati is just about to make way towards your base. Unfortunately, he seems to have run past it, so he's behind the wood line on your base. But yeah, so you seem to have a barracks up, and you've clicked up to feudal age. Unfortunately, Butcherati is having an idle TC at this point, and okay, yeah. So there you go. He just clicks up to feudal age now, and some inefficient gathering here. I mean, he's collecting those goats outside his TC, and yeah.
How much of a difference do you think that makes in the long run?
Long run, not much. At our levels, hardly anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still something that you should be careful about. Like I would call it a cheap improvement, right? So I mean, it's just small things which can overall improve the outcome of your early game. But beyond that, like yeah, it does not make that much of a difference. Okay, why the stable over there? Like
Well, see, you said last game you wanted a forward stable. I didn't have any villagers anyway. That's the
okay,
forward
no,
is
no,
I
no.
can
But
send it.
like, not only is the stable like sort of, I would say behind the barracks, let's say, or behind your wood line, it's you can't use it as a wall. And the second thing is that it's blocking some of your gold pile as well.
It's a terrible stable.
Yeah, yeah.
100% the horrible decision
Yeah.
to put the stable there. I was just panicking. I'm like, I need to get damage out, need to put the stable down. Where do I? Hey. But yeah,
And
I think that's an important lesson that you don't need to like immediately. It's important to put the stable down fast, but you should prepare. You should
yeah, I
have.
mean,
I
see,
should have planned for it already, and I should
long
already
run,
have had two villagers on the right.
yeah. So I mean, long run, it's what 5 seconds later.
Right, but
For
it
your
makes a
stable to
huge
come up.
difference to the plates.
And
Like,
Butcherati is running into your TCU. Do you notice that?
don't worry, I don't know. I don't notice.
Oh man. Okay, but you seem to have another scout up.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, I mean, here's the thing again. I feel you should have not try to engage with the Eagle Scout, rather just go forward.
Yeah, no, sure.
Because, I mean, see, I don't think Butcherati is going to be able to wall that up anytime soon. So, I mean, that's there. And unfortunately, he seems to have a hole between his two archery ranges.
Oh, is
Which,
there? Oh, yeah. No, there isn't. There isn't a hole.
are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a hole on the other side where the walls haven't
Yeah.
come up.
Oh, right. That's true.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
assumed he did.
and he quick walls his villager in. Unfortunately, I think he's going to lose one villager over here. Man, I love Magyar scouts. They
Oh
can
man,
they can
it's so nice to not have to like go to the
absolutely.
blacksmith for upgrades. And
Uh,
there's
s-
the
yeah,
hole you were talking about.
yes. So there's the hole. Unfortunately, at this point, Butcherati is housed as well. But I mean, fair enough. He's going to lose a couple of villagers. So
Yeah, that'll help him out.
yeah,
I'm just trying to like make sure he isn't housed.
yeah. But
That's the priority.
man, that is an extremely effective scouts rush here. Like you're getting so much idle time, especially out of his lumberjacks, which are so important early game when you need to get the archers out as soon as possible. And yeah, that's a nice control from you over there, over the units. And meanwhile, let's just take a look at your base. So, I mean, you haven't started walling up the sides, I would say, but since the aggression is on the other side, it does not make that much of a difference right now.
Oh, there's more damage coming out here. There's one scout over here at 2 HP. It should just have been killed 3 years ago. Yeah, but it dies
Yeah,
now.
it still
And
manages
I
to
was
kill the villager.
yeah, and I was housed, so.
Ah, okay. Good timing. Yeah, so
I'm not
you
building
lose
a
one more
house,
scout
so
over
I
here.
think I'll get housed again. Oh,
No, you lost another scout to a
oh,
spear.
great. Good for me.
But I mean, here's the thing, right? Butcherati went for a standard 23 pop scout, 23 pop archer build. Now his issue is that he does not have any military. I mean, he has some. He has a few spears. He has like 3 archers. That is all I can see right now. Yeah, so that's 3
I
archers.
finally noticed I'm housed, by the way.
Okay.
3 years later. What I like to do with of course, a really great part about the scout rush is you can just send scouts to explore the edges of the map once you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially low HP scouts that can't be used. Um, so
Uh, are you switching into archers or something? Because you have 8 on gold at this point.
I do. That's probably just like bad playing more than
Okay.
switch
And
coming.
yeah, so as I had talked about earlier, that stable is sort of getting in the way of this lady who has to walk all the way around your stable to collect gold. Yeah.
Yes, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
At this point, I considered deleting the stable and building it elsewhere, but I decided it wasn't worth it.
Okay, so we finally have Butcherati who is moving ahead, but it's 6 archers with just fletching. I mean, it still makes sense, fair enough. The thing is, you have the resources to click up at this point. What about your breedings? Okay, so you're just getting the blacksmith up.
Yeah.
Good.
So at this point, I mean, he can do some damage here. If Butcherati comes like on the bottom here and starts messing with my mills, my gold is a little rangeable over here. There's actually a hole here between my barracks and my.
Yeah, between your barracks and your wood line, which you seem to be sending a villager over there to wall up, I think. Okay, that villager is just passing. Oh man, that's luck.
So I noticed this was happening and I tried to distract him while I like went for some
Ah, okay, okay,
water
okay.
at the bottom. So that villager is just like there to slow down the army.
Okay, so you're putting 5 on stone at this point. I am interested in seeing what you end up doing with this. Now the issue here again with Butcherati is he seems to have a bunch of archers which he is collecting inside his base. Like this makes no sense. Uh,
Yeah, you should
like
just be sending them forward and continuing
yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah,
build numbers
absolutely.
over here.
Try and do as much aggression as possible. Now the thing is, it would sort of be obvious that you've clicked up at this point because there has not been any aggression from your side, and like you're just chilling inside your base. And he can't find your military either. So there's the thing, right? Try and get in, get as much damage done as soon as possible, and then just run back the moment you hit Castle Age. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen. He's just gonna be shooting at a bunch of houses. Again, a bad mill
What are your
placement.
thoughts there? Because yeah, there we go. So that's really unfortunate for
Oh
him.
man. So that was a
Oh
hole, right? It's
yes, that is
okay, okay.
between the blacksmith and the
Right,
palisade.
right, right. Yeah.
And again, my distraction villager sent away. But another thing to note there, if you note, the villager that I sent for the very first distraction didn't die, and is now on the top left of on the very
Ah.
top of the map actually. And
Oh, okay. So you have a sneak villager here.
it was not intentional. And here's okay, so it turns out that Butcherati is just leaving.
Which actually makes sense considering you've hit Castle Age, so he was expecting knights. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't know why you're making scouts at this point.
I actually built a siege workshop and I was trying to queue a man
Yeah, I mean, I saw the siege workshop, but you have a stable up out of which you seem to be creating some scouts.
exactly. It's
Oh
again,
man,
I really
look at
don't
these
know
two villagers next to your gold.
what where.
Next to your
Oh
gold.
my goodness! Oh my goodness!
This has been going on for about 10, 15, 20 seconds now, I think. Oh man. It's mesmerizing. These guys are dancing over here. Oh man. Holy shit. You know what? I would just delete them at this point. Like, you don't want to work, just get out.
Oh, I'm finally making a knight. Oh, but
Yeah.
not from this stable. It's from the other stable. By the other stable.
Oh, okay. So that villager is actually doing some work now. I wonder what he's planning to do here.
I think Ramanishu would have been proud of me.
Absolutely, absolutely. The only thing missing is a forward lumber camp,
Uh,
which
Forward
is
mining camp. It's a forward mining camp.
no. I mean, he's the one who usually sends like 3 villagers
Yeah, that's
forward
true.
to make a forward lumber
That's
camp.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So okay, so you seem to have gone for a mining camp. Fair enough. And there's your, I believe it's still your second TC, right? Yeah. So that's your second TC coming up.
But my concern here is that Gujarati is taking way too long to age up.
Uh, which happens considering the early damage that you did. Now, what I don't like here is you seem to have 2 stables up. You have quite a lot of resources. Why aren't you producing knights out of them? Did you get the gold upgrade, by the way? I missed that, I think.
The gold upgrade?
On the mining camp.
I did not, I believe. I don't
Ah,
think
okay. So yeah, I mean that is one thing you missed. Your wall next to your gold again. You're just blocking most of your gold, man. So either I would just drop a TC on your secondary gold next to your wood line on the right, or
Yeah,
just delete the
take
stable, man.
some extra golds here and like
Oh man, Butcherati has a massive army over here now, and he's making a forward siege workshop.
knights.
Uh,
So sorry, that's a humongous pile of crossbows.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So
that's like how many is that? That's 29.
that's 29 crossbows. Is he making more?
But he is getting like attacked on the top left and having to stone wall in fact.
Yeah.
This is siege workshop with the battering ram coming out on the top as well.
I would have liked to see a few pikes over here from Butcherati. However, I mean he has a massive number of crossbows, so like I don't understand what he's doing here. Just send them forward, which would basically just pull your army back.
I have
Right.
14.
Oh, instead, what has happened is he has managed to get in. So I mean, the right move here would be to just send his army back, clean this up,
Yeah,
and
just clean up. Like 30 crossbows can clean up
yeah,
this.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, 30 crossbows, you just have the +1 upgrade at this point on your armor, so they can almost, I mean, they can easily one-shot those knights.
Exactly.
Instead,
Now,
he's
step them forward.
yeah, but instead he's just camping at your wood line. But I assume that will pull those knights back towards your base, or where are
Well,
they?
I mean, in my head, I was thinking I can defend this. I have a siege workshop at home.
Okay.
I have almost enough resources for a castle. I don't. If I just drop a castle here, it's hard to push past. So if I can drop a castle like in the top half of my base.
Right.
So I don't need to send my knights back just yet. I have rams coming out. I'm pushing on this side. I'm just gonna let him come back instead.
Okay. But again, yeah, I mean, this is one thing I've noticed from both of your play is you guys are not making military constantly. Which means like, say for example, Butcherati, right? He has about how many is it now?
I mean, I'm short of gold, so I can't make more military.
Okay, and you seem Butcherati seems to have finally figured out that hole, and you're going for a defensive castle right in front of your base.
I'll point out the will difference is 34 to 59 now.
Yeah. It's massive. I think he's still on 1 TC.
Battering down.
But the thing here is, Butcherati seems to have lost most of his economy, and yeah, so there we go. He just decides to resign at this point. I mean, there was so much going on in both of your bases that it was basically confusing where to look. But yeah, so I think that was like what 7 or 8 knights you had. Is that it? Because that is what managed to like completely wipe out his economy.
I only have 5 knights right now. 6 knights.
Yeah.
No, 5 knights. 5
Oh.
knights and 5 scout cav, I believe. And maybe 2 battering rams.
Yeah, so
all I
that's
can get.
yeah. And if you just look at the KD, yeah, so you've lost just 10 units and you've killed 23 of his.
Most of them are villagers. We never engaged with each other's armies.
Exactly. Yes. That's
At
the thing I
all.
noticed.
Almost no army inciting. Like his crossbows walked in, his crossbows
Yeah.
walked out. My scouts walked in, my scouts walked out.
I think the mistake here from Butcherati was if he had just sent those archers back, the crossbows, instantly. I mean, the moment he saw,
Concern here, because that's a lot of crossbows. That's a humongous army.
yeah,
You don't expect like to see like I was not expecting to see like 30 crossbows. I was a little confused,
Okay.
sure, but I definitely wasn't expecting to see them go forward. I was thinking, okay, when I attack on this side, I will see like what army he's making.
Because I mean, yeah, here's the thing, right? If he had sent those, I mean, even 20 of those, keep 10 forward, send 20 of those back to his own base, he could have easily cleaned up your knights and your scouts. And I mean, after that, as long as he didn't lose most of his crossbows, which he wouldn't, right? Because it's just knights and
Yeah,
scouts. So
Exactly, it's just
that-
5 knights
Yeah.
against 30 crossbows.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, so let's just take a look at the stats here.
I honestly think dropping the wait, let me look at Butcherati resources. Yeah, maybe dropping another TC and sitting back with the crossbows.
I mean, see, he
I
had
don't know- I don't know what
he
to
had
say
the
now.
critical mass necessary to completely flatten like your army, right? And after that, it's just a matter of dropping multiple archery ranges rather than going for a boom at that point. Just drop multiple production buildings and start spamming archers.
Exactly, and then just like push them forward, constantly
Yeah.
harass. You can keep me off this gold. You can keep me off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you had made your own gold so inefficient, and you had not dropped a TC on the gold. Your TC was on the stone, right?
Oh, there are 3 TCs. Okay. So,
Okay. So
yeah, but I am taking my secondary gold, but it's like very late.
yeah. Exactly. Anyways, let's just take a look at the stats here. So I mean, not a lot of damage done by either military. Considering the army that he had, he killed just 10 units and he lost 23 of his own. And I think most of those 23 were villagers actually, which is why he decided to resign. And yeah, again, so that age up time, 25 minutes, I think that was a massive difference.
Still pretty solid play, and I will say I made like so many mistakes throughout that game.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Like it's even sharper when you see it in retrospect, and you can notice all of this. Especially I think I don't have a plan. I don't plan out what I'm. So I mean, I did have a plan, but I didn't like think about my stable positioning. I didn't think about goal. It was just, I think, a little bit of luck in the sense that got that sneak villager up there,
Mm-hmm.
um, which convinced me to do something with that sneak villager. I feel like I would have been so much further behind on army because I'm just not making units. And that's
Yeah,
and having resources and not
exactly. Yeah,
making them
yeah.
is
So
really like.
both of you had a bunch of resources. It's just that you guys weren't making any military. So yeah,
Even when we made military, the military wasn't fighting each other.
yeah. Let me just load up the second game now.
And I can see how it can be extremely annoying when there's like things keep attacking your base.
Okay. I seem to have the wrong replay file for some reason. Gujarati versus Baron, game 2 and game 3. The okay, I think he has just sent two random replays. Yeah, one of them being a ranked game. So what I'll do is I'll just download them from your. I mean the ones that you had sent me.
Hmm.
So just give me a second here.
That's strange. Alright.
Okay, so game 2 is on Arena as expected, and game 3 will be Valley here.
But again, that window of opportunity with the Magyar bonus is very valuable, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah, absolutely. I mean, those scouts did so much damage. I have paused that 1 second, by the way.
sorry. Give me a second. I have paused at 2 seconds.
Okay.
What are we-
Yeah, so I think we can just go. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Teuton's the obvious pick here, and we have Bucciarati playing as the Spanish. Yeah. So again, something that I expected from him, and uh, here's the thing. I don't like Bucciarati's wood line. I mean, on one side of it, it's he. I mean, he only has one wood line to speak about. The other side, not only is the wood line extremely sparse, but there's an actual hole over there. So, yeah. And whereas, let's look at your base. So you seem to
Pretty
have
much.
the same issue. Yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah.
So,
At least
in
you can say map gen is fair.
actually, it's worse for you now that I look at it. Like he has a wood line which is extremely safe, whereas the one that you have, you would sort of have to delete your walls or just have your villagers go through the gate and make a lumber camp at the back over there. 'Cause the other side is completely open.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Actually.
I mean if you look at the two maps, I would say your wood line is definitely worse. Like look where you've had to place your lumber camp.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like a product of circumstance. I haven't even scouted this back area, and even if I had, it'd be so inefficient to send villagers all the way to the
Hmm.
back.
Exactly. Yeah. And so Bucciarati scout has already made his way to your base, and same goes for your scout, right? So here's a small tip that I can give you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have your scout, I mean this is mainly for maps like Hideout or Arena, where you want to see if your opponent is doing something. If you have your scout attack the gate or the wall, you can actually see one tile in further.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like at this point, if I'm just looking at Butcherati's scout, he seems to have seen, like, I think that's 2 tiles inside your base. Attacking it will show you 3 tiles inside, which, I mean, it's not a massive thing, obviously.
But it's good to know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there we go again. So, you and your town center boar kills. How many
So,
times have you lost the boar to the TC?
I lost one. I lost about 15 birds before I figured it out.
But oh
Now I
man,
can start this up.
Butcherati. Okay, so I think
Ouch.
his timing with the boar was completely off because he seems to have 3 dead animals under his TC. Like he's got a cow here, he's got a second cow which he seems to have just killed before the boar came in.
There is a cow. How
Yeah,
do I
yeah,
cross?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he seems to have an idle villager here just standing. So yeah, I mean definitely some inefficiencies there. And I guess she just decides to go and collect berries instead. Will counts again. You
The meta is fast castle.
yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's all what we'll be seeing.
Although I have been by the way, you also seem to have a dead cow under your TC which nobody's collecting from.
Yes.
Oh,
And I ignore it. I just ignore it. Continue killing the other guys. Oh wait, I do have one villager now. One lone villager.
yeah. So I mean, just a bunch of inefficiencies from both sides, which I guess just sort of makes the whole thing fair, right?
Hmm. Oh wow, he's wearing a deer. There we go. In fact, there's deer from both people.
Yeah, yeah.
coming out.
Both of you guys are doing the same thing.
Which of course you should be doing if you're on arena and your deer
Yeah, I mean
should
on
be at.
arena definitely. What I usually do is I'll just go and check out my enemy's base, come back, and then just start pushing in some deer. Yeah, so I mean, you were talking about the fast castle. Okay.
Right. Of course, like you have
By the
some.
way, Bucharati is going to lose his scout, I think, to the. Okay, so he just decides to not do that.
What? What?
Bucharati seems to have tried luring his boar with his scout, and he might even lose a villager here. Yep. He's. Oh, will she make it? Okay.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. All right. Just about managed to.
Yeah. And he
What?
is now pushing in some deer. What about you?
I think those two deer were very frustrating for me, so I just decided I would take them later. Or is, oh, I'm taking a second one.
Yeah.
And here we go again.
Oh man. And you have a cow just chilling at the top of your base.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, yeah. Why not? Animal freedom is really important
Yeah.
to me.
I mean, but why not just use the cow for scouting at that point? Or is
What do I scout with the cow?
the edges of your base, if nothing else.
That's that's true. That's true. Unfortunately, I think
I mean, that's just one more thing to click
it's a
around.
nice to have. It's a nice to have.
Yeah, yeah. And you have clicked up to feudal age. So that's okay. So that's a 27 plus 2, I assume, build order.
What
Whereas
is
if
the
we are looking at
situation?
Butcherati is actually 2 villagers behind at this point, and he hasn't clicked up yet.
That's an idle
Yeah, yeah.
TC.
Not only is that an idle TC.
800.
Oh man. So he's 2 villagers behind you, and I think he's like 15-20 seconds behind you as well on the age up count. And okay, so he has sent 4 villagers to collect stone. So I mean, I assume that's he basically just wants to drop a castle as soon as he gets to castle age. Unfortunately, he has. I don't think he'll have enough gold to click up as soon as he gets his 2 villagers out. So yeah. Anyways, let's see. I mean, we forgot to discuss about the civs here, so let's just do that. I mean, you're the Teutons, so you get your cheaper farms, you get your extra melee armor per this thing, per age
age.
up. So I mean that is extremely valuable. Like I love playing Teutons on Arena, especially because of that.
Yeah,
And
that's enjoyable set because the past castle becomes so much easier without these additional wood costs.
yeah, exactly. And not only that, like if once you get a bunch of paladins out, I mean it's almost unstoppable at that point. Unless your opponent goes heavy into trash. Okay, and Pucharati seems to have fixed his mistake of having two less this thing on the gold.
Yeah, I don't enjoy playing Paladin, so I don't know if this is a personal thing.
Okay,
But I really like playing the Halbonisher combination
okay, okay.
because the unique tech, which makes
So I mean,
Onisher so
fair
much.
enough. You have access to both of those, right? So I guess we should be seeing that.
I think it's just a personal preference. I feel like Halbonisher is harder to micro, but
Hmm.
also more rewarding if you micro
Yeah, yeah,
correctly.
yeah, absolutely.
But that's a that I've clicked up, and Gujarati is also clicked up. Almost nearly the same time, but like
Yeah.
4% apart.
The difference is you're two villagers ahead at this point.
Right, Gujarati has a few more idle beliefs here. And he's got two villagers that are stuck at his lumber camp next to each other.
Oh yeah.
They just sorted themselves out.
Well, at least they aren't dancing.
He's got almost enough stone for a castle as well. He'll have the stone to be able to drop castle
Yeah, yeah,
soon.
most definitely. I mean, he's got 6 on stone now, so by the time he gets to castle age, the castle is coming up. And you are collecting stone as well.
I think this is my first 1v1 arena game.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
First time, and so I'm trying to understand what the map is supposed to look like on a 1v1 arena. That's why my scout is doing random things.
Interestingly, nobody sending any sort of spears or whatever to protect the relics. Spears, scouts, anything else.
Hmm.
So, yeah, should be interesting to see if you guys go after the relics or not.
It's also a nice one to simply like, at least the relic near your base to just wall it in.
Yeah. Okay, and you've got to Castle Age. And so has Pacharati at this point. Don't tell me he's dropping a castle outside his base with 0 military. I mean, oh, okay, okay, okay. Now I see the castle. Okay. And unfortunately, let me just take a look at your scout. So
My
your
scout
scout
is
is,
somewhere else altogether.
yeah, yeah,
My scout is doing some jazz on the top of them.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't assume that you're going to notice the castle coming up until it is
Let's check
actually
my
built.
phone.
Or
I can't see it.
no, no, you can't see it because it's just outside your line of sight. And your scout has completely missed those villagers coming forward.
He house walls it in, which is nice practice, just in case.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think, yeah, a bit unnecessary here though, because there's no way I'm going to. I'm getting pikemen here, okay. Because there's no way I'm going to notice this.
Okay, okay.
And that's, oh, I have two TCs.
I mean, not just the pikeman as well. I think. Yeah. So there's the. Okay, yeah, and there we go. You notice the castle.
It's
Just
like,
as it
what
comes up.
happened? Yeah, so that's why I said I wish you had told me. I did not know about this Spanish castle drop conquistador play.
Okay.
First time I had seen it. It's the first one we won on Arena, like I said.
Right,
So I'm
right,
like,
right.
what's happening? Why is there a castle here? This is unexpected. And I realized at this point that I need to have the military. But I don't have the wood for a siege workshop.
Mm,
What I should be building making an archery range more than a
yeah, yeah,
siege workshop.
exactly. Just get like 5-6 comms. That should be quite effective. Although you would need ballistics to kill the
Catch.
conquistadors. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Catch. It's unfortunate all my farms are running out at this point, so my wood income is severely.
Yeah. Okay, so that monk
Didn't get the conversion.
unfortunately does not manage to. Okay, fair enough.
Now they're gonna shoot down a monk. It's a war crime, which by the Geneva Convention.
But then you don't seem to be placing an archery range either, and you don't have the wood for it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to let him run around my base while I distract him with my pikemen, who walk
Yeah.
up and down.
Uh, Actually, he's being extremely passive over here.
Yeah.
I wonder why he's not. Okay, so now he decides to go towards your gold.
Go ahead.
Let's see what he. Okay, so he does manage to scout your villagers, and as I say that, he runs into your TC.
So I don't. Yeah, Mangonel's catching Conquistadors. Also, like the Mangonel does 40 damage and the Conquistador
Yeah,
does 55 health. So
and
that's
an
a
attack
10.
ground. Okay,
That's a better one.
yeah, that's a better one. But then it's such a it's so easy to
Counter-strike.
lose the mangonel to the conquistadors as long as he pays even a little
But
bit of
that shot
attention.
was so important because it allowed my TC to just snipe all of this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, he seems to be concentrating somewhere else altogether. However, you seem to have a gaping hole in the front of your base, so yeah, I mean, unless you manage to get down the castle, that wall isn't getting closed, and he can just stream in conquistadors at this point. And he
Wow.
actually has enough for a second castle now. If we are looking at that, so he's going for a 1 TC all in play. And
More Mangonel versus Conquistador duels. More attack grounds.
another thing I've noticed here is he seems to have forgotten the archer armor upgrade on his conquistadors.
Does that make a difference against a Mangonel?
Not against the mangonel, but I mean in general, the standard counter to conquistadors is skirmishers, right? So in that case, yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
Mm. Oh, what a nice shot.
I mean, I don't understand why he's just sort of running into your mangonel.
Exactly. He should just dive my villagers. Keep me
Yeah, yeah,
idle.
exactly. I mean, his unit, the Conquistador, is faster than all your units, like whether it's pikemen or mangonel or whatever.
No way I can ever catch up.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And oh, okay. I would have preferred if that castle was slightly more forward or towards this gold. Like if you had dropped a castle over here or here, that would have been pretty nice.
At this point, I realize I'm in actual trouble if this castle goes
Yeah. Yeah,
up.
yeah, I mean, this is.
I've been like, so I've decided, alright, let's,
Yeah.
this castle is
You
not
you
going up.
definitely need to try and get your castle up faster than him. Which I guess you will manage to. I mean, looking at the commitment that you are giving here.
Every single villager
Yeah.
that was fighting.
Okay, and you finally have your skirms out. Unfortunately, I don't think either of you have any upgrades on them. Okay, and I think, yeah, exactly. It's the GG now. Although I would have loved to see him.
Really early design, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he could have definitely defended because you didn't have any sort of military that could raid. I mean, his base,
Yeah, I
right?
had no military at all. I didn't expect this at all from him.
Like it's entirely trash, right? You made mangonels here and there, but otherwise it was just combs and pikes. So he could have definitely defended. And I mean, his first castle that wasn't going down anytime soon. So he could have kept producing
Yeah, I don't have the
combs from
resources
them.
to do anything much here. I don't even have enough villagers to keep production out of 2 TCs. So, oh, I'm making a
Right?
P-card.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I can defend now. Now the stream of conquistadors is somewhat defendable against. Like they're just gonna walk into this castle.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest of castles, but I did panic. I didn't want to allow this other castle to ever like
Right,
even have
right,
a
right.
chance of
Yeah,
going
I mean,
up.
see, it could have worked if he had some more conquistadors. But he lost quite a few while he was, I guess, distracted by something else. Because every time I saw his military, it was getting either sniped by a TC or sniped by a mangonel or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, just
It was weird gameplay all around. I should have made more military. I was just so reluctant to commit to hard military, and when I did, I just kept running out of resources because I never macroed correctly. So I have 25 villages on board.
Yeah,
That's
that's
602
yeah,
wood.
yeah.
I
That's way
have
too many.
11 food.
I mean, with your Teuton farms, there's no reason why you should not have enough food, right?
Exactly.
I
So
mean,
I like at least 10 of these villages should be on farms already.
exactly, yeah. Uh, and another thing, I mean, I don't like this TC of yours that you have behind the castle that you caught up. Because, I mean,
Mhm.
unless it was for dropping some farms, like, it's too far from either of those two resources.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
It should be right next to the
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
or
So
right.
whether it's the gold or the stone, whatever you want to collect, fair enough. But I mean, at this point, it's not good for either resource to be collected.
I mean, well, there are mining camps on both the resources.
And uh, your bad wood design meant that one of your villagers was actually walking all the way outside your gate to just collect wood from that tree over
I
there.
have one militia over here on the bottom right.
Sorry,
I have one militia here.
militia.
Yes, at the bottom of my barracks.
Ah, was that a misclick?
I have no idea, so it probably was.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember consciously deciding to make a militia in the hope that it will help me fight a conquistador. Uh,
But yeah. Butcherati should have played. Put some more attention on his military. But beyond that, I think he just resigned way too early.
I
Like
mean,
he would have.
in this situation, in my head, the
Mhm.
way for Butcher to come back from this, and there is so many ways to come back here,
Right.
is to uh, like keep up the pressure, right?
Right.
So you don't need to run past. Sure, there's a castle here, but it's a poorly placed castle. It doesn't defend
Yeah.
the right.
See, all it does is it protects against his forward castle. Right. Like.
Exactly.
Uh.
Right. So you can
He.
attack this right woodline. It's really harassable,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? You can attack farms. You can just maybe push different kinds of units in. Maybe try like siege of your own to take down my TC, which you can do without being attacked by my castle.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 And I mean, Spanish Siege is pretty good. So I
Yeah.
mean, they get the full.
While you're doing this, you can sit back and make 5 PCs.
Exactly. I mean, see, the aggression was still inside your base, right? You hadn't managed to push him out. So yeah.
Exactly. It's really, there are like so many resources. I'm never gonna get these relics.
Exactly.
Because the only I don't have any map
I don't
control.
think he even cared about the relics. I mean, he had his castle right next to a relic, and he did not collect that. So yeah.
He doesn't have a monastery. Like he's spending all his gold on like military units, which is a good way to go about it. I was scared definitely at this point. I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna go to game three.
Okay.
I have to watch out. But yeah, I was extremely lucky with some of those. Maybe some of those mangonel shots that shouldn't have landed did land.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
uh,
So yeah, let's just take a look at the stats here. You okay? So you basically produced more military than him, although it was just mostly just trash, apart from the mangonels and the soul militia. And okay, so I don't understand here why he basically decided to go all in. The moment he realized that the castle wasn't coming up, I think he should have just pulled back.
I don't think
Maybe,
I don't think I produced more military than him, did I? No, I
yeah,
don't.
you seem to have a larger army than him. You've
Yeah,
got
I know, but that's because
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just
conquistadors
skirms and
kept dying.
pikes mostly. Yeah,
That's because conquistadors kept dying, not because
yeah, yeah,
I.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually feel those are pretty close to the ideal age up times. Let me just take a look at those. So that's 12 minutes for feudal and 1630 for castle age. Just give me a second here. That is
25 plus 25. How many seconds is it from feudal to castle?
you went for a 27 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
With loom?
No. I mean, I think I got loam, but it was only because my TC was idle.
Okay, okay,
I don't.
okay. Uh, so that would put it at So that's okay. So that's 11:45. Okay, that's still 15 seconds off actually. I thought it was 11:55. It's 11:45. And yeah, so looking at the society numbers, you have the higher military. I mean the higher villager count. Both of you all got one castle up each. And here's the timeline. Okay, so fair enough. GG's and good luck in the next round, which is the finals, and they'll be played live tomorrow, right?
Right.
So that should be fun. Anyways, what we'll do now is
Let's
just
move on over to the other game.
yeah. Okay, and let me just open up the draft here. Yeah,
Okay, I don't have the draft. Okay, I can just.
yeah. You can just spectate, or I can just talk about it. So okay, so Bomberman is the host in this game, and Lakshman is the guest. So
Can you give us some background on these players?
so actually, Bomberman and Lakshman are both like pretty common. I mean, they play a lot on AOE India on the community server, and Lakshman is actually, I believe, an ex or he's currently an Indus team player. So that is one of the best teams in India right now. And Bomberman is from Agents, who are also an extremely good team. Having played against them, I know how good they are.
Both
And
extremely strong players, you
yeah,
would
yeah,
say.
so absolutely. I mean, both of them are
I mean,
extremely
solid
strong.
players. They know what they're doing.
Exactly, yes. So let's just take a look.
Aztec ban.
Yeah, interesting. Aztecs. Actually, what I'll do here is let me just take a look at their map drafts.
Sure.
So maybe we can just understand why they went for the civs that they went for. Okay, so Lakshman has picked Hideout as his home map, and Bomberman has picked Valley. Okay, so I mean, well, that does not explain the Aztec span. I guess we'll see as the game goes
I'm
on.
waiting for you to help me understand. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, really, did that not?
I mean, it's not a civ that people pick a lot, right? If it's just 1v1 best of 3 Aztecs, unless it's like an arena play, it does not usually happen. Okay, and interestingly, Lakshman has banned Khmer over here. So Bomberman goes for Franks.
Khmer is like unbelievably strong right
Yeah.
now, and I don't feel like they've been affected too much by the November patch. Franks is obviously a strong.
Yeah, Franks.
Mm,
I believe it's.
I think it'll going to get sniped eventually because
Yeah.
you can't allow the other person to play that that strong of
Yeah,
Sims. Mayans.
Mayans and Saracens here for Lakshman. So he's picking one as his own civ, and Saracens is just a reply to the Franks pick, owing to the camels that the Saracens get and the archers. So, and as I say that, Bomberman goes for Lithuanians and
You know,
Mongols.
you get so you think that suppose if Frank stays open.
Hmm.
Um. Oh wait, Frank's Lith Mongols. It definitely looks like Saracens was a solid pick there.
Yeah. Especially on Hideout, like I would say if you can get the right archer numbers, you can completely kill off your opponent's fast castle attempt. Like
Yeah, hideouts are very
yeah, because see, Hideout is a
map.
map where people sometimes try and go for a fast castle, which is I mean it's possible if your opponent is not aggressive enough, but if your opponent is aggressive, good luck getting anything out, even if you get to castle age.
Yeah, you just get punished so hard.
Yeah, exactly. So fair enough. And we have okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go over the 5 saves that have been picked. Bomberman has gone for Franks, Lithuanians, 2 extremely solid cavalry saves. He's got Britons, which again was a late pick. Even in your games, Britain was I think the final pick. So I don't understand why. I mean, if you're going for an archer save, which Lakshman has done here, he seems to have picked Ethiopians over Britons, which is very interesting. Maybe I can just.
Really, I think the Ethiopians are unbelievably strong right now.
In feudal age, yes. The moment you get to castle age, going up against Briton archers is. I mean, unless you're playing as the Vietnamese, which he has as an option here, it's extremely difficult to go against Briton archers. Like he's got 4 extremely good archer saves here, Lakshman, and he bans Britons, right?
Snipes.
Okay, so yeah, he snipes Britons.
That makes sense.
yeah, so now that makes a lot of sense because he's got Ethiopians, Vietnamese, and Japanese, three extreme. So I mean, sorry,
Right.
even Saracens, four extremely good archer civs,
You don't
and
need to snipe snipe Franks because you have Saracens, so you're
exactly,
solid.
exactly, yeah, and
I honestly I was hoping Bomberman would snipe Saracens and take all of this counterplay out of the window.
okay.
But
Uh,
my
I mean, in
yeah,
that case, you can still go for Ethiopian camels or Vietnamese elephants, right? I mean, they don't make a lot of sense, but it's always an option. Or Japanese pikes.
we'll see how either of those will hold up to Paladins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should be interesting. And yeah, Bomberman has gone for Britons, Vikings, Mongols. I think is just the standard play on Valley, which
Mm,
I mean, fair enough.
yeah,
If it works for you, it works for you. I never even bother with the deer in the middle of the map.
already I also like to do the Mongols Valley scene, and it really makes a like a at least with if you're the castle transition is insane because
Okay.
I feel like you can get a fast castle time and still make 5 scouts.
Okay, okay. Because I personally, I don't even bother with the deer. Just send a bunch of military out, and I mean, you
Who
expect to
cares about
find
things?
quite a few villagers over there. So yeah. Anyways, I guess we can just load up game one, which
Wait, one
is
second.
Arabia, and I've paused it at 1 second.
You have to give me a second. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. How do I? Yeah, got it.
Got it. Okay.
All right. I'm
So
at 3 seconds. Sorry. Wait. I'm okay. Restart replay from the beginning.
okay, so I'm at three
Yes.
seconds
I'm,
now. Yeah, yeah, Nitesh, I've just done that.
all right. I'm
Uh,
at 3 seconds. We're good to go. All right.
and yeah, so we can
Yeah.
go in three, two, one. Let's go. Okay, so we have Lakshman playing as the Ethiopians. Um, okay, fair enough. We have
Fine.
Bomberman playing as the Franks. So
Makes complete sense in the first pick.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter which other maps are remaining. If you have Franks available, you try and get the early advantage.
At least the Citras have stopped the Frank v Frank mirrors that we saw throughout the.
Yeah, 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 exactly. What's interesting here?
Sorry, I know your voice is cut out. Can't hear you.
Don't know.
Ah, yeah, it's better now. Wait, hello?
Hello.
Hi?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, hi. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, hi.
Okay.
I seem to have moved my microphone or something. Okay,
No worries.
so anyway, let me just continue with what I was saying. So Lakshman has picked Ethiopians here, which means he gets the free upgrade for pikemen.
Yeah, that's a great situation.
Yeah, so I mean, considering he's playing against the Franks, I assume it should come in handy. Considering, I mean, it's not a cheap upgrade, right? It's 215 food and I think it's 90 gold. So, if you've just reached the castle age, like getting the pikeman upgrade can be massive. And I believe Bomberman has already played with the Franks once, and he did it very effectively. So, looking at that, I mean, the free upgrade I believe should come in quite handy if he actually decides to go in for knights. So, yeah,
That's true. But Scouting to Knights is, of course, a very natural transition.
yeah.
Some idle time for Bomberman as he waits for his board to confirm.
The thing is, even Lakshman, I think, had a few seconds of idle time. So, uh,
Perfect.
at this point, okay, yeah. So now we see Bomberman is just slightly ahead on the villagers, but I mean, nothing to talk about there. It's like
So
few of a
I
second.
really like Bomberman's map. It's a
Uh,
little exposed on the right, that's true, but he's got a very safe back goal.
he's got a safe back gold and a safe back wood line. He seems to be using the front wood line for some reason. Let me see if he has scouted that or not. I mean, at this point, yeah, he has scouted that. But I mean, apart from that,
He hadn't scouted it by the time he needed a wood line.
yeah, makes sense. The issue here is that apart from
Scouts
that,
walk past.
it's extremely open. And whereas if we look at Lakshman's map, Lakshman seems to have
So
sort of the
it's
same issue here.
My issue with Lakshman map is that its front gold is exposed and
Yeah,
its side golds are also exposed. There isn't really a safe
yeah,
corner to the
exactly.
back.
Yeah. So I mean, his secondary gold on the left is quite exposed, and this one is pretty much out of his
Fast
base.
start Lakshman.
Yeah, he seems to going for a drush here. Do we see a barracks coming up? Nothing yet. And some nice quick walling from Bomberman there. Sorry?
Unnecessary quick warning. Really. If anything, I would have liked him to wall the scout in.
Yeah, makes
But-
sense. But
But yeah, but of course, I mean, it makes sense knowing if you know the drush is coming, but you don't know the drush is coming yet. You don't-
but I think Bomberman at this point has to have noticed the barracks coming up. Yeah, he has
Oh, yeah,
scouted that.
Yeah, but he notices it like long after he started quick warning.
No, I mean, if you're talking
Right.
about the quick walls around his Zamba camp, they are completely unnecessary at this point.
Yeah. Well, look what's
Okay,
happening.
Bomberman, yeah,
Let's-
so he just
to
clicks
get
up.
the-
Bomberman is clicked up. What about Lakshman? So yeah, Lakshman's drush is about to come in. Like he's still producing his militia. And
What do you think of the drush fast castle versus the standard scout rush? I mean, how do you see the two strategies playing against each other?
see, I mean it depends. He's playing as the Ethiopian, so drush into fast castle. Although it makes a lot of sense, the age up bonuses that you get when you're playing as the Ethiopians, there's no reason why you shouldn't go aggressive in feudal age. So a drush fast castle does not make as much sense as maybe a drush into archers. Okay, so we might still see that because
Bomberman politely letting him know that he sees the drush.
yeah, but then he just runs a scout into the TC, which
Oh wait,
is
what?
yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, I think you're ahead of me then.
Okay, I'm at 9 minutes and 19 seconds and I've paused it.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll be there. I'm at 9 minutes and 12 seconds.
Okay.
14, 15, 16, 17. I'm paused at 9:19.
Okay, so yeah, we can go
Ready
in
in
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Go. Yeah.
So
Okay.
okay, but what he has done is he's building a barracks here.
With a quick wall win villager. For some reason. And having finished the barracks, he. Okay.
Okay,
he's
so
gonna-
yeah, he does have the wood now to build a stable and quite a lot of food. So the scouts should be coming out pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I don't like the fact that he's using just one villager to build the stable. I would have preferred if he had used 2 villagers.
He doesn't quick wall in this lumber camp.
Exactly, yeah, and that is where the okay. Oh, it
Alright,
just-
he's got it.
oh man, that's
no, no,
just
that's-
unlucky,
that's-
man.
I mean, he knows it's coming. He's seen it come. Oh, right, he lost his scout.
Yeah,
He
he
didn't
lost
know
his
where
scout,
it's coming.
but he actually manages to save all his villagers. Like he hasn't lost a single villager.
But I mean, do rush fast castles usually take out a villager?
They can if you're not attentive. But
I like what, like the rush fast castle
mhm.
is what is the purpose of these team missions? What do they have
to try and do
for it?
exactly what is being done over here. Like you can see, okay, I think they just paused for a second. Okay, anyways, yeah. So I mean, the main point is to try and get some chaos into your opponent's base. Like you see, right? He's got like 8 villagers chopping a straggler. Those quick walls next to his lumber camp sort of make the whole thing inefficient, and the berry collection has stopped now. And I think yeah, he'll finally end up losing a villager. Or maybe he won't. Let's see.
Oh, villager.
Okay,
Oh,
but
yeah,
some nice
villager.
unit control. None of them have actually run into the TC.
Well,
but-
I mean,
I
You say
mean,
that
see,
just to see
yeah, yeah. So I
not the
mean, at this
Bomberman
point,
outfit missing.
the Drush has already done the work that it was supposed to do. Not only that, he is getting the Man at Arms upgrade now.
Oh,
So that's
that's
pretty,
actually really
yeah, yeah,
good.
that's pretty potent. And as I say that, we've got Bomberman scouts
What's
getting
happening? Or
Lakshman's.
why are they not? Oh, that's what is Bomberman doing? Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that's his.
That's so, that's. But in that sense, I think more than the value of the units themselves and what they can do, that they've successfully distracted him, and now
Absolutely,
he's going to.
absolutely. Like, I mean, at this point, if you look at the KD, he's lost 3 scouts. Uh, but I
He's
think he's
lost two
lost 2
villagers.
villagers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he'll end up losing, I think, at least one more, I guess.
No, he's
Ah,
lost
okay, there is
villagers.
a wall there between the lumber camp and that tree.
Yeah, it's
Right.
another one of these people. And now spears are out as well. So the Lakshman's everything's going according to plan.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
how it's
And
magic.
not only that, he's got his 2 ranges up. He's got a blacksmith just about to. Okay, why did he stop building the blacksmith, Lakshman?
Right, don't.
Next to his 2 ranges, he's just got a blacksmith. Just
Yeah,
to,
I see this. I see this. There's no reason to not build it. I mean, I'm trying to understand what reason could there be to not build it. You need the villager badly elsewhere.
okay, okay. I think what has happened here is no, no, no. I've had it happen to me quite a few times. Where when you shift click a villager from one thing to another, like for example, blacksmith to farms, sometimes they actually just stop building it and go and start building
Yeah.
the farms.
That does happen. Especially in AOE3, that's a big problem. But now you see that's another villager lost first. And he has skirmishers out, which should be able to clean this up.
Uh, Actually, no, no, no. I mean, the skirms, they might get rid of this man at arms, but apart from that,
Wait, the other one's at almost full HP. So it'll take like
yeah,
forever
yeah, yeah.
to await it. And then there's spears, there's only one archer forward. So there are more coming. I still like this calm choice from Bomber.
Absolutely, yeah. Uh, and he is going for the archer armor upgrade, so that's nice.
But he hasn't
Look,
got a wood line. Lakshman
uh,
is still housed. And in that sense, like it's a very good thing he's housed because it shows how much military he's producing.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, if you look at the military numbers, he's got 14 military to 8, and he's got, I think that's, how many villagers is that? Okay, that's 31 villagers to Bomberman's 25. And the thing is, now it's basically sort of a snowball where he can just start building up the archer numbers and go from there. Let's see how many archers he actually ends up losing to these comps. Because he's got
Oh, I
some
don't think
good
he should have
military control.
targeted the scout with those skirms. Yeah, it, taking out archers is so valuable because they scale so heavily with numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Always like even a single archer being taken out, it means like you're slowing down that critical mass because once you get all of those, like once there are like 40 crossbows, 50 arbalests, they're so hard
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take down.
Yeah, and especially Ethiopian crossbows, man.
Hmm. Especially backed up by Ethiopian bombard cannons, Ethiopian siege onagers.
Yeah.
Such a strong save. They're just really.
But I mean, let's just take a look at Bomberman's economy at this point. So he's very short on wood actually.
That's another wood line that goes down.
Yeah. So that's just
And those are
constant.
just in the wrong place here. Or rather, a better way of putting this is that Lakshman's
Uh,
archers are in the right place. Wow, they keep causing a lot.
yeah.
Okay, that's the end of these archers though.
So unfortunately, deleting that house means that he is badly housed at this point. Bomberman, I'm talking about, and
yes,
he
yes.
has no mining camp on his core villagers. So I mean, he does manage to push out those archers owing to the large number of skirms that he had. But I mean, the issue here is where does he go from here?
So many farms and
Like, even if he does manage to click up to Castle Age, say in the next minute or so, because he's just waiting for the gold income at this point.
the way
Should-
Bomberman back here is He's got the skirm numbers to be able to fight this.
Yeah, definitely, most
What do you
definitely.
think you should do? In my head, if you have like 10 skirms, you should now start. I mean, just keep making skirms. It's not like food is your problem, and look to get the gold to age up.
Uh, I think I would initially just go get to Castle Age and go from
Exactly,
there.
right? Once you have like keep skirms out, keep some spears
Yeah,
in case any sort of cavalry switch comes in.
because Lakshman is quite far from clicking up. Like he's got
Uh,
350
yeah,
food and
exactly. He didn't go rush fast class. He went rush into full archers, which is
exactly, yeah,
great.
which is what I was
I
talking
think
about
actually could
initially.
have made like 3/4 scouts here.
But I mean that's a massive number of military here that Lakshman has. That's 13 archers,
Oh yeah, that
and unfortunately Bomberman has to build a defensive tower here next to his wood line. Uh, okay, but I mean that still doesn't protect his gold. And his eco is completely off at this point. Okay, yeah, so he has clicked up. And I think Lakshman should just pull this military away. Like the archers that he has over here, there's no reason to engage with the skirms at this point. Get to your own base, and yeah, so he has clicked up as well, Lakshman. So just go back to your base, maybe drop one more archery range and go from there.
I mean, you look at the difference in military and the difference in age up time, and you can, and obviously the difference in villagers. And
Hmm.
Lakshman has accomplished everything he set out to do at the start.
Absolutely, yes.
Um,
The only thing here is I think he will end up losing quite a lot of those archers if he's not careful. Like, why even send them there? Just drag them into your
yeah,
TC, man.
exactly. The skirms have been pulled away though. There's
Yeah.
so many archers.
Okay, so there we
There-
go. That's the third range coming up
10
from
over
Lakshman.
here, there are 11 over here. Oh my goodness, they're like all over the place. And without siege, you can't stop this archer death ball now. I mean, you can stop them with knights temporarily until the crossbow upgrade comes in.
Yeah.
And
But
actually, for a while. So, what Lakshman should do here is just avoid losing these crossbows. Still harass or do whatever he wants to do, but just not lose. Well, archers.
like, it makes no sense at this point for these archers to be here because
Yeah.
your opponent is already in Castle Age. You
Like,
know that knights are
suppose
coming.
you see 3 knights come along, and they can easily take out like 4 knights. Maybe,
Yeah,
can easily
plus two
take
knights
out.
easily. Unfortunately, Bomberman is okay. Where is his knight going?
Okay, well they are taking out archers. That's fine, but there's so
I think
many
Bomberman was
archers.
distracted here, so he has lost 4 or 5 villagers on his gold. Yeah, I mean that was just bad timing, I think.
Oh, well, free pipes is so nice. Free pipes is just so
Yeah,
nice.
exactly. And now we have Lakshman with the crossbows.
Crossbows.
And I believe he's got 3 ranges up at this point. Yeah, so that's 3
And
ranges.
did he get Bodkin arrow? No,
Yeah, he does
yeah,
have
he's got.
Botkin. He does not have the armor, but he has Botkin. And we have a siege workshop as well from Lakshman on the side of Bomberman's base.
I mean, that's the correct way, right? When you're ahead, when you have the point, you
Yeah,
get a forward workshop, continue the push.
yeah, exactly. And it's still on 3 ranges. I believe he has the upgrade for the gold. I did see it going up.
How important is that gold upgrade?
If you're going for archers, it's extremely important. I mean, what I usually do is you click the gold upgrade as you. I mean, after you've just clicked up to Castle Age,
I see.
because the moment you get to Castle Age, you want to drop a bunch of production buildings. So you need the gold for that. I mean, for the military that you're going to produce. So yeah,
Right.
and yeah, as I was saying, the pikeman upgrade. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
extremely useful.
It's such a big difference because the moment
Unfortunately, Lakshman has just camped his crossbows under Bomberman's TC, so he'll end up
oh,
losing quite a few.
will
Over
get
there.
actually will get cleaned up because
Yeah.
too many have tried it. Once your crossbow numbers drop below a certain point, it becomes very.
Yeah,
The knights completely win that fight, and they'll mob up this bunch. But the problem is there's so many. You just killed 15 crossbows. There are another 15 here.
No, I mean, see, the thing is, Bomberman can still easily defend
Three
against
RT.
this. There's no way Lakshman is having a massive lead here. I mean, it's still a tiny lead, definitely, but it's not something that he can't come back from. And
I think my concern here is that Bomberman doesn't have any stones, so he wasn't able to. Oh, that could be a good
oh,
shot. Oh, that was a little.
oh man! So
Oh,
he effectively loses half his crossbows there, and those spikes will go down as well. So, I mean, that is what I was talking about, right? It's not an unassailable lead yet. Like, Bomberman can definitely come back from this.
but I still think it's Lakshman's game to lose.
Yeah,
He's
for
got
sure,
double
absolutely.
DC. He's got production
Yeah,
going.
because Lakshman, I guess, was massing up a bunch of army at his base, which is now coming forward.
They should. Oh no, Knight should take out the mangonel, not the. And like he should fight at home with. Oh, we see a Reminishu lumber camp. Nice. That's nice.
Yeah,
We're always gonna call this a Reminishu lumber camp just
yeah.
for life.
There's a bit of reminiscence in everybody.
Is there not a second mangonel coming out? No.
Uh, that's
Yes,
because he doesn't have the wood for it.
the gold for it, right?
No, no, he has the gold. He does not have the wood because he has just gotten the Boso upgrade.
Right.
Yeah, but
Anyway, there's the mangonel queued up.
but the thing here is he is on 2 TCs at this point. He's got 31 on wood and just 7 on gold.
Are you talking to about Lakshman?
Yeah, yeah, about Lakshman. Like,
Oh, sorry. I was talking about Bomberman and wondering why there wasn't a mangonel.
ah,
coming
okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah. But, and Bomberman lacked gold.
Yeah, yeah. So
while-
Bomberman's lacking wood, Lakshman's lacking
No, it's the other way
wood.
around.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
the other way around. Yeah, yeah.
doesn't matter.
You get it
Is
right.
that a shot? No, that's a dead mangonel. Definitely, like you should garrison mangonels.
I mean, it's a small tip. It's nothing big, but I don't understand. Okay, so he does have a range. He's got some skirms. I wish if Bomberman just makes like a few skirms, not a lot. Maybe reassign some of your economy properly, but beyond that, like those skirms can take out the crossbows and the pikes.
But normal. I mean, you'd have to get E-skirm, right?
Yeah.
Bomberman have E-skirm? I don't think so. And he'd only have one archer.
No, no,
range.
Bomberman doesn't have E-scom at this point.
And he doesn't have a mangonel queued out too. That siege workshop is gonna go down.
Yeah.
A nice yeah, GG.
Oh, okay. So Bomberman just decides to resign at this point.
Well, I mean,
You know what the thing is? I think Bomberman underestimated his own, let's say, his own position in the game. Like Lakshman was, again, he was most definitely ahead of Bomberman for most of the game, right from when the drush hit him.
I think
Uh,
Lakshman had the. I mean, here.
But no, I mean, my thing is, Lakshman never had that punch that you could, just use to take out your enemy's base completely.
Maybe the score looks scary, but that's about
Yes,
it.
exactly. I think it was.
What can you do with? What can you do with it? Is what matters. And
I don't know, relocate, build a bunch of skirms. That would take care
no.
of.
I meant what can Lakshman do with this army? It's still not like it's not as scary as 40 crossbows. as they
Exactly.
were.
I mean, Lakshman, see, he's taking out a siege workshop. Fair enough. Just build another siege workshop. Relocate some of your villagers. Maybe build a TC, which is what he was doing. He was building a second TC. I think yeah, that's still.
It's a little unfortunate that Map was
Yeah, so
spoiled.
I think we have a Bomberman in the chat here. He's saying his map was horrible. Absolutely, your map was horrible. I think if you had just relocated somewhere, like, okay, so in
Pull-
that case, like, if you're talking about the, sorry,
Pull a Reminishu, build a lumber camp on the other side of the
yeah, no, I mean, even apart from that, like, he actually has no wood on the right side of his base until you get to the edge of the map. Exactly,
Right.
exactly. Now that I see this, yeah,
That's true.
it was pretty awful. And I mean, even the wood there at the back, it's got water over there. So, what can you do about that? Yeah. So I guess you could chalk it down to a bad map. But I think if he had built a few skirms, got the knight numbers up rather than losing them to pikes, it could have been a different game. So yeah, anyway, let's just take a look at the stats.
Tough times. I do.
Yeah, I mean it was a rough matchup, whichever way you look at it. And I initially talked about the free pike upgrade, which actually came in quite handy for Lakshman. So yeah, military numbers and
Ethiopians and the Franks are both gone now. So
sorry.
the Ethiopians and the Franks are both gone now.
Yeah, Ethiopians and Franks are gone, right? And yeah, so the KD is actually quite identical. It's just that the military numbers from Lakshman were overwhelming. Eco wise, yeah.
This is game 2.
Okay, so yeah, we have Bomberman in the chat again asking me with no wood how would he get scrums, which again, yeah, makes a lot of sense. It's oh, I'm so sorry, I updated the wrong bit. Yeah, there we go. Which is a fair question. Without the wood, how do you get the scrums? I think maybe use the Frank castle bonus, cheaper castles or whatever. Try and at least just get a castle on a wood line, get some wood income going, and go from there. Yeah. And timeline, yeah, again. I mean, it would have snowballed at some point. It's just that at the situation they were at, it could have been quite close if Bomberman had the military that I was talking about. Now, let's just go to game 2 here. And sorry, that's.
I'm at 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.
Oh, okay. So we have Valley now. Should be interesting.
Bomberman's home map.
Yeah. So that's Bomberman's home map, and just a second here. Okay, so Bomberman had Mongols as one of his civs from the draft. Instead, he decides to use.
Exactly. It's Vikings. This is.
Yeah. So okay, let's see where this goes. And yeah, I guess we can go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so we have Lakshman playing as the Vietnamese here on the left, and on the right we have Bomberman playing as the Vikings. I mean, I love the Vikings, so we'll discuss that. I mean, a little later on. But anyways, again, Lakshman here with a nice civ. The first pick was Ethiopians. This time he has gone for the Vietnamese. So again, I mean, Vietnamese archers, they are amazing in Feudal Age, and short of getting matched up against, say, the Britons in Castle Age, I think I would pick Vietnamese archers over most of the other civs, even over Ethiopians actually, because the issue, I mean, the thing here is that you end up dominating any fight with archers. So yeah, and again, add in like 3 or 4 skirms, and that combination is unbeatable in Feudal Age. So I mean, we'll see that. Let the game go on. Looking at the maps here.
I think my wait one sec. I think my issue here is that like 20% more HP is only 6 more HP in the Feudal Age.
Yeah, but I mean, early on, when the numbers aren't that big, right? It's not like you're dealing with like 40 archers or something. It's usually something like 12 archers or something. So at that point, it does make a massive difference. Like I've had matchups where I have been some other civ, let's say the Britons or whatever, and I'm going against a Vietnamese who has gone for archers, and we both end up at something like 12 archers facing off against each other, and I would lose most of my archers, or rather all of my archers, and that guy would still be left with something like 4 archers. And it's not just that. The point is now those 4 archers can actually come into your eco and do a lot of damage.
Right.
So yeah. So anyway, if you are looking at the maps here, Lakshman, actually, I mean, I like his map. Sorry.
Bomberman had wood lines.
Oh yes, Bomberman has a nice safe wood line. His gold is nice. I mean, he can sort of use this wood line to wall up something maybe here, which okay, it's a shorter wall, so I mean that's the only reason I would advocate that. because it's still too far from his own TC. And he's got a wood sign, 2 wood signs at the front. Nice. And yeah, I think this time Bomberman does have a good base. But I mean, let's see what he decides to do with that, since he's playing as the Vikings here. Rahul, I assume that's Transer. Can you not spoil the results, please? In case that is actually what ended up happening. Unfortunately, Lakshman has a villager that is stuck on the Lama camp.
Oh, perfect. Huh. Definitive edition. I mean, AOE2 to be fair.
Yeah, okay, so at this point, Lakshman has found Bomberman's base. What about the other way around? Okay, so Bomberman's just about to make his way into Lakshman's base, and I think he's about to run into the TC here. Oh, yeah. So Bomberman will lose a scout.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
And wait, what happened to the? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little confused as to why there was a gate somewhere.
Oh.
Was that a way to break board aggro, or was that just a?
Let me just. No, I don't think so, because none of his. You're talking about Lakshman or Bomberman?
Well, Lakshman tried to like. He had a gate.
Okay. So I don't know about Lakshman. Bomberman does have a weak villager over here, but I mean that's still standard, right? If the board is far enough, you will end up with a villager at 4 HP. So that's fine.
Yeah,
maybe the gate was just a mistake. Or something.
Yeah. Lakshman, if you're listening, please resolve this mystery. It's confusing me. Why?
Okay. But yeah, I mean, Bomberman, since we have you in the chat, can you just tell us why you...
Bomberman, you should have walled in the scout. You should have... Oh, you had your moment. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's hard to pay attention.
Yeah. Bunch of things going on. Especially at this stage, since you're, about to click up or whatever, so...
Yeah.
That was not a mistake,
kid. I think it's one of the funniest things in the game.
Okay, yeah, so we have Lakshman in the chat as well, and he's saying that he made a gate to catch him in case he comes in. Okay, so that's some preemptive trap.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. That makes sense. I was just puzzled. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, and Lakshman is again going for a rush here. So that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we have Bomberman in the chat here, so can you just explain to us why you picked your home map as Valley and then decided to not play Mongols? Because that is something I've been wondering since the game started. Sorry?
Maybe just wanted to play another version of Arabia, not bother with deer.
Okay.
That's always an option.
Yeah, I think Bomberman is going... Okay, so Bomberman is going for a... I would have to assume this is a man at arms because otherwise your militia are too late. But okay, Lakshman. There was a villager there. I did not notice that.
Not a Bomberman, it looks like. Wait, what?
Why is he engaging with those militia? Yeah, just run back, man. Or just try and quick wall if you can.
Up and down. What's happening? There's lots of idle release.
Man, yeah, that's a bunch of idle time. Not only that, okay, so he's basically just put all of his villagers of the berries, etc., on the stragglers, which means I think the moment he gets to feudal age, I think he'll be short on food for a small amount of time, unless he decides not to get the upgrades.
But these drushes have been so effective for Lakshman.
Yep, exactly. Like he's getting so much idle time out of Bomberman.
600 wood. That's 10 farms.
I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, but there we go. So he has to drop a bunch of farms. He's still not made an archery range. I wonder why. Okay, yeah, so there we go. He's just putting it up.
Did he get horse color?
No, he hasn't got any upgrades. Not even the double bit axe
Wait,
yet.
he doesn't have the food for horse collar.
Yeah. So he doesn't have the food for horse collar, double bit axe, anything. He's at 20 food right now.
He won't
Which,
have the food for Minotaurs either. So,
sorry?
and here, he won't have the food for Minotaurs either. And
Uh, wait, where are they? Oh, I completely missed that. Right. Yeah. So the militia do get in, or one militia manages to get in, but he's going to die to the TC.
Finish the gate!
Oh, Lakshman opened the gate.
Oh my goodness, what's happening?
Okay, so Lakshman is now following up with archers, and like
Everyone's
since we
gonna
were
die.
talking about this right just a few moments ago, you can just see how effective Vietnamese archers are because Bomberman is going for the same thing. He's going for 2 archery ranges. He's getting a blacksmith up. Unfortunately, he does not have the resource for fletching. Currently, I think he might by the time he gets the blacksmith up. Or maybe he won't because he does not have the food once he queues up a villager, which he has just done.
Lakshman will pick up one. Sorry, Lakshman will lose one villager. But he's. Okay, so. Man-at-Arms hammering away at the house. More quick walls. That's some unfortunate quick walling again. And that wall is not constructed. He's just now going to realize this.
Oh man,
He's only.
he's going to lose a bunch of villager. Oh man, just delete the wall. Get out, man. Yeah, there we go. But I mean, just look at the chaos that is going on inside Bomberman's base. Like, just those 3 militias and now man-at-arms. They managed to do so much damage. And military numbers, so it's 7 for Lakshman and 5 for.
That's a tower.
Sorry?
It's a defensive tower going up for Bomberman.
Is it?
Yes, which.
Oh. Which.
Yes, that's okay.
Is there
It
a better
depends
place
on
for it?
gold.
Actually,
I mean, it depends. So you can't range the gold anymore, but I mean, you still can if you stand under the tower. I think it's okay, but I mean, I don't know how I feel about that tower.
I think he should have just got his numbers up, his archer numbers up, rather than going for a tower. I mean, he might get attacked over there, considering Lakshman knows about it now. But then, how do you figure out where to put it? Should you put it on your wood line or do you put it on your gold?
Oh, there goes the wood line.
And there's another issue here is in all of this, Bomberman has forgot to reset his gather point. So he's got like 13 villagers on gold right now and 0 on wood because they're all idle, obviously.
Honestly, though, it's looking not bad for. I mean, Lakshman's archers haven't had the impact that you would want them to have.
Yeah.
And
But I mean the thing is he has some more I think chilling at his base because his military count is at 14 right now and this is not 14. So where are the rest of his oh yeah, there we go. So he has added 1 skirm. I believe that should be it. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's
Vietnamese skirmishers. I can agree with you. They're extremely annoying.
yeah.
Static Let's Be with that pierce armor is
Yeah.
just frustrating to play against.
Especially when you're playing as the Vikings, right? So who get trash cavalry. I mean, you can still make a couple of scouts, obviously, but yeah, it's not something that you usually do when you're playing as the Vietnamese. Sorry, the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
The thing here is, I mean, noticing from the first game and this one. Okay, so Lakshman has how many archers is it? Okay, so that's 6 archers and 1 man-at-arms, which means okay, yeah. So this time at least Bomberman decides to just relocate the hell out of his base, maybe to the edge of the map or something.
That means your wood line incoming? Yeah, it looks like it. Did Lakshman notice this?
Oh, but yeah. So now those archers that have camped under the tower, that means I mean, Bomberman has no gold income,
How do you
unfortunately.
put the tower in? Which would have made so much sense.
And okay, so
Honestly,
Bomberman,
you can just will rush these archers guns
yeah,
under the
yeah, yeah,
tower. You'll be fine.
most definitely, yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
what? What?
why, why?
So we're seeing a trend here.
Yeah,
There are
absolutely. This is way too early for a resignation.
11 archers. I feel like, I mean, Bomberman has 11 archers in Lakshman's base. You can just walk around, range this wood, range this stone,
Uh,
do so much.
especially,
But Bomberman doesn't know about it. And again, I think that's just a bad result.
especially considering that Lakshman seems to have a wall between his, sorry, a hole between his blacksmith and this house. Uh, and yeah, I mean, I wish he had sent those archers forward. Like the other side is completely open, so Lakshman's own gold is completely exposed. His woodline is completely exposed, and yeah.
Hmm.
So let me just update the score here.
Fixed game. Okay. Wait,
Yeah,
did
yeah.
he just? Was the GG because he saw the? Oh shit! I can't see Fogger Water not anymore. Can that archer see those villagers?
I think he can, but I don't think that is the issue here. Maybe I think if he's in the chat, he can just clarify this. But at this point, you know
Hmm.
what? Just like take two villagers, disperse them throughout the map.
Just
Get,
send him on a hide and seek
yeah, yeah,
mission.
just get some wood income and go from there.
Hmm.
Because not only that, Bomberman also had 5 archers inside his ranges that hadn't come out.
Oh yeah, that's also true. There's so much to play. There's so much to see yet in this game, and I was
Yeah.
really excited. There are like 5 villagers garrisoned
I
inside the
mean,
tower. Like you
the thing
take
is,
out everything under the
Bomberman
tower.
was behind on his economy. Like he's at, I think it's 33 villagers. Yeah, so that's 33 villagers to Lakshman's 40. But then you
In
have
my
the Viking ego behind you, right? Like,
in my head, I don't feel like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what. I'm not the greatest player, obviously.
mhm.
But I feel like losing villages in this particular yellow is not as impactful as it would
It
be in a
isn't.
higher
It
yellow.
most
Because
definitely isn't. Not only that, like I said, he's playing as the Vikings, right? So you are getting your, whether it is your wheelbarrow
I
or,
mean, you have like you can come back from this 100%.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, anyways, let's just take a look at the stats then. And yeah, so Lakshman obviously with the better KD owing to his man at arms earlier. But then
It's
beyond
just
that,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah, yeah, makes
That's
sense. Yeah.
100% correct. Why didn't you get siege ram? I can. Yeah, I don't know. Feel like
Yeah, but I think he should have used the Viking eco to just pull himself back.
so there was no spoiler there, transfer. Good to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
so I guess that's GG's from both the semi-finals. So we have Barun and we have Lakshman heading into the finals tomorrow, which means there'll be a third place match between Bomberman and Butcherati, which
Yeah. That should
I,
happen. That may have already happened.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't know.
exactly. So it may have already happened, but I'll be getting the recordings either tonight or tomorrow. And what we'll be doing is we'll be casting that game first, the third place
Mm-hmm.
match.
Mm-hmm.
Let me actually just take a look at the prize money here, since I actually
Price
have.
money changed since the start of the game. It was 4K 2.5 and
Yeah.
one.
So what happened was initially the prize money was supposed to be 7,500 rupees, divided between the players, but then it ended up getting bumped to, I think it was 10k.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So now that means that
3.5 and 1.5, I believe.
um,
Yeah.
I actually posted that somewhere. Let me
Yeah,
just.
5,000 for the winner, 3,500 for the runner-up, 1,500 for third place.
Right, right. So we should be seeing the third place match, and after that, as I was about to say anyway, we'll have the finals live between you and Lakshman. So that should be interesting. It's a best of five. I have made the civilization draft thing. So
It has to be a different safe draft, right?
sorry.
It has to be a slightly different safe draft, I imagine.
Exactly, yeah,
You
and
can't afford 5 maps.
yeah. So we have the maps here. Out of that, both the players will be getting one ban each. Otherwise, for the map picking, it's the same rules. And for the Civ draft, I've sent the Civ draft format to Nutbreaker, so he'll be forwarding that to both of you guys. And
Awesome. Cool.
we'll be
Seems
doing
like
the draft live as well. So if you guys want to just prepare on it, you can ask Nutbreaker for the link if he hasn't shared it with
I
you.
would like to know, 'cause when me and Butcher he tried doing the draft the first time around,
Hmm.
we both kind of freaked out and we both agreed to redo the draft
Okay.
because 30 seconds for a save pick is very it's very annoying because I couldn't find the save I was looking for.
Okay.
I was, and I know that sounds silly, but 30 seconds, like you think about, I mean, maybe it's my fault for not preparing correctly,
Hmm.
but I really panicked, and twice I just got random sills
Ah, okay.
because I, I wasn't.
Yeah, so Kufi, the finals will be streamed live tomorrow. I assume. So, what will happen is we'll have the third place match being cast first. That will start at 5:30 p.m. And then after that, once the third place match is done, we'll be going live. After that, so it's just something that the players will have to work with. You might have to adjust your schedule or whatever by say half an hour or whatever.
It is a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's a Sunday, so that is convenient. And yeah, so the map list is the same one that was being used for the entire tournament. So I think that's 8 maps over there. Game 1 will obviously be Arabia, and game 2 onwards, you guys have
Seven
you
maps
both get to
left.
pick two maps out of that after you banned one each. So
Uh-huh.
the maps are enough for that. Yeah, so we have 8 maps. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's 7 plus Arabia. So out of 8, you guys have to pick 2 each after banning one.
Wait, that's a little. Wait, does that work? Is there 8 maps and we both each man
One
or
each.
one map?
Yeah.
We have exactly 6 maps
So
left.
you have
Right.
6 maps to play with, out of which Arabia is.
Five- Yeah, so, right. No, 8 includes Arabia, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So out of 6 maps, 5 will be played. So we're good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best case scenario where we have a
see-
3-2 situation, right?
Right. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what, but I mean, just from the map draft point of view, I'm interested to see what map is neither going to be picked nor banned.
Yeah, should be interesting.
What is that one lonely map
Yeah.
that will be?
Uh, yeah, so I assume that's Lakshman in the chat, Nitesh Mishra. So the rules for the Civ picks are the same. You just get to pick one more Civ compared to last time. But yeah, apart from that, it's the same. Same rules as before. You do the toss and figure out which maps you want to pick first. And Civ pick, yeah, as I said, Nutbreaker will be sending you the draft format, so you guys can just go ahead and try it out tonight.
32nd place match.
So whoever wins gets to cast 32nd place match. We did not have that many applicants, man. What are you talking about?
God. Well, it was a nice tournament. I think Ramani should really enjoy it. I really enjoyed Ramanishi's game.
Right, right.
But
So, okay, yeah. So we have Ritvik Vimal who is just subscribed. So yeah, hey man, welcome to the channel. And by the way, since we are still just talking about the game and the tournaments and as such, there's this another tournament that we have announced on AOE India. So if you guys are interested in that, there's a link to the Discord server. If anybody is not a part of the server, you guys are welcome to join, take part in the tournament, and yeah. And as I mean, since you brought it up, Reminisce, you enjoyed this tournament. I assume you guys will also be forming a team for that, right?
yeah, he's in our team. We have to persuade him to join our team. See, the 800 players are very much in demand.
Exactly. That is. See, that is the most interesting part of the tournament, which is something that I am personally looking forward to, since I'll be casting that as well.
Oh,
So
that's gonna be great. I'm really excited about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So anyway,
The
sorry.
3v3 tournament definitely in terms of community, in terms of forming like
Mm-hmm.
strategies and executing them, it's really much more exciting than a 1v1.
Absolutely, yeah.
And yes, I'm really looking forward to that.
Right, right.
But yeah, I will see you for the third place match tonight.
Most definitely, you will be joining me
And
here for the
I
third
can't
place.
cast the finals, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. No, no.
But
I see again. So there's this thing, right? If you feel that your time would be better spent concentrating on your own game or something, I can just get Anirudh or I mean my previous co-caster to co-cast with me the third place match.
all right. Well, it's up. I'll let you know.
Whatever, yeah. So just let me know if you would prefer to just spend your time doing that or practicing your build orders or whatever. You are welcome to do that. Yeah, so the live stream will not have a stream delay itself, but the game being played will have a spectating delay at 5 minutes.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so that is just something to make sure that neither of you stream snipe.
Sniping uppers. Yes.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Cool.
anyways, I guess that's it from us here, and I hope you guys had fun. We should be back
I will
tomorrow.
remember to ban Ethiopian and Vietnamese.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, considering how I mean you've seen how he plays, his early aggression, and you know his, I mean how he
I mean,
generally plays.
and he's seen how I play, which is
Exactly, yeah. So
planned whatsoever.
should be an interesting game. Also, I guess he does know now that you've never played on Arena. So I mean that's
I have now.
so that's something he can use as you know some useful information.
I mean, I played team games arena. I've just never played a 1v1.
Okay.
I had just never played a 1v1 before
Right,
this.
right. I think you'll be spending a lot of time on Arena tonight, just practicing it. I assume. I mean, let's see how it goes. So yeah. Anyways, GG's guys. We'll catch you tomorrow at the same time, 5:30 p.m. and we'll have the third place match, and after that we'll have the finals live. So yeah. That's good evening from us here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. And thanks, Cyanide, for having me.
Yeah, yeah, sure, man. Anytime.
As always, it's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
to be
See
here.
you, man.